All right, we are here at AWS reInvent, and look who I have with me, the CTO of Yellowbrick. Super excited to be chatting with you, Mark, today on the Ravit Show. This was long due. I've met Neil at various occasions,
Yeah.
but it's been, long due for us to meet. So I'm excited to meet you today, and obviously wanting to learn a little about, what's happening at Yellowbrick. We are here at AWS reInvent. You've been back to back in your customer meeting prospects.
Yeah.
So excited to chat with you about various things that you all are building.
Yeah, well, Ravit, it's great to see you, and it's very exciting to be here as well. It's as crazy as ever.
Yes.
As you say, I've been spending lots of times with customers over the last day already, and meeting up with old friends as well, which has been fantastic.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. I'm also kind of curious to learn a little about, the things that you all are building at Yellowbrick, and wanting to learn a little about, because we are just around the corner of 2025, so
Yeah.
excited to know about what's the plan for 2025 and what are the trends that you're seeing.
Yeah, no, great. And I mean, we've got some very exciting things coming out towards the end of this year, actually. One of the things we're about to release is a freely downloadable version of Yellowbrick that
Yep.
folks can run on their laptops if they want, or run in AWS. Totally free, available, anyone can play around with it. So that's something that's just around the corner, and
Nice.
we've got a lot of exciting stuff coming out in 2025, particularly around the AI area. And you can't be a credible IT company these days without having something to say
So true.
about AI. So yeah, lots of things coming.
That's definitely very exciting. So thanks for sharing that, Mark. I'm kind of curious to also learn about a little bit of the challenges. You've been talking to customers, you've been talking to enterprise leaders, you've been talking to the community as well. What are the challenges that you've seen in 2024 that are going to be solved, or maybe will be working in 2025 to solve those types of problems?
Yeah.
And because AI is kind of a long shot. It's not something that, now Gen AI, right? We've implemented everything, and there are enterprise leaders who are still looking to get that ROI.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
I mean, I do spend a lot of my time on the road talking to our customers.
Right.
This year. I think I've taken about 70 flights with United alone this
Wow.
year anyway, so it's been crazy. But there's a common theme amongst all of the customers that are on that AI journey.
Yep.
And it's really about, if I look at our customers in banking, in telecommunications, and in insurance, they're interested in using generative AI for virtual assistants to help their teams develop new products, to help with their business processes and improving the efficiency of these. But what I do see is a lot of them are at an early stage still. They're experimenting with this technology, and I think one of the big challenges here is, how do we push this into production?
True.
How do we turn the entire end-to-end life cycle of training models, of using retrieval augmented generation to get the inference out on the other side and get the feedback loop going? And that's a huge challenge. And one of the things that we're helping with at Yellowbrick is through some of the new AI capabilities we've added into the product already this year, one of which was the ability to use Yellowbrick as a vector store for
Very
similarity
cool.
searches,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is really powerful. And I know there are single point solution vector stores out there today, for example, but with Yellowbrick, our customers already have their most valuable, their crown jewels of their data sat in Yellowbrick. And so what we've given them is the ability to leave that data there, create vector embeddings out of it, and query that data for similarity searches while it's in that place, which is a huge productivity and simplification part of the ecosystem.
Right.
That's really important. The other things that we've been doing and will really feature in the product at a higher level next year are, for example, introducing an SQL co-pilot into the
Nice.
product. That will give you the ability to simply put forward a natural language question that will be converted into SQL, will run against Yellowbrick and give you the answer back. Again, it's about improving productivity here.
Very true. Very
This
true.
is really, really important. And then we've got some really fun and exciting stuff later on coming along the AI path as well. The first of these is, how can we turn the spotlight of generative AI onto Yellowbrick itself? How can we use it to monitor and access patterns within the product? How are our customers using our product? How can we optimize their use and ultimately help them reduce their spend?
Yes,
which
exactly.
sounds very crazy for a vendor to be saying that, but we want them to spend as little as possible with us and get the most value. So that's
Exactly.
really important, and we've got some really encouraging early results out of that. And last but not least, and again, coming to the kinds of customers that we work with, a lot of them want to run private LLMs when they're doing this stuff. And so going to later on in the year allow them to bring their own LLM into Yellowbrick.
This is awesome. I think it kind of eases up a lot of things for the customers as well. When you're kind of talking about cost, when you're kind of talking about the flexibility that they can have, it becomes like an interesting story for them, and the trust that they should have in a vendor as well. I'm kind of also curious, because we are on the topic of customers. Any use cases recently that you've kind of come across which you would like to share with our audience, but also in 2025, how are you looking? What's the roadmap looking like for Yellowbrick?
Yeah, I mean, I could tell you many customer stories about it. One that I think is really interesting is our work with a division of LexisNexis called ThreatMetrics. And this ThreatMetrics product essentially provides fraud prevention and identity protection for their e-commerce customers, right? And Yellowbrick is a foundational part, a data platform piece on which their entire product is based that they offer to their customers, okay?
Right.
So you can imagine every time you swipe your credit card online, ultimately, in real time, that data from the point of sales device ends up through the ThreatMetrics product. It identifies and makes sure the person buying this thing is a legit customer.
Exactly.
And they can decide at the end of the day whether they're going to ship this thing or not based on that call out. But all of this data flows into Yellowbrick in near real time. And that's a capability that Yellowbrick has that's rather unique. There aren't many data platforms that can pull in data in real time, make it immediately available for query, so they can quickly make these critical decisions on the fly.
Yeah.
So that's kind of challenge around that was kind of the near real time nature of it. But there's another unique challenge that companies like that are facing as well, and that's around data sovereignty. And I think that's going to be an increasing trend that we see in 2025, the need to keep data in country at all times, okay? And in order to satisfy that, you have to have a platform that can not only deploy in every public cloud, but in every region of those public clouds, but also provide an on-premises capability as well.
Yep.
Because some countries don't have a AWS region or coverage, so you need to have that capability as well. So that hybrid, multi-cloud sort of view of the world where data retained into country, I think is an increasing trend.
This is awesome. I think this is something which is very helpful for not only just the community out there, what you're kind of sharing about, but also for a lot of enterprise leaders, because this is maybe exactly the problem that they are facing. So thanks for sharing that, Mark. One last question for our audience is about if they want to reach out to you, learn more about not only yourself, which is the best place, also about Yellowbrick, where can they find it, and is there a way they can also try the product or something like that?
Absolutely, yeah, please reach out to me on LinkedIn, Blue Sky, Twitter. Love to get your questions, very happy to answer them. You can go straight to our website and sign up for our free trial today and just get on it and try it. We'd love your feedback.
Thank you very much, Mark. You've shared some amazing insights for our audience today, and I'm pretty sure you'll have great time at AWS re:Invent because you're meeting your friends, so many other community members, customers, and prospects as well.
That's
Thank you very much for doing this.
Thanks, Ravit.
Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Thank you, everyone.